Welcome to the daily West Ham news update with the Jazz at West Ham Irons channel. You haven't done this week yet, as you know, it's the international break, so there's not really any games, not any forthcoming games. There's not been really any news of any substance, really, but I've gathered a few clips here and there and summarised them, and then we'll talk about it in this show, really. Instead of doing a show every day for the sake of it when there's not really any news, this channel does things differently. We don't just make up shit or blow up shit. We talk about it when there's something really needs talking about and interesting, and I've got an honest view about it, and I think I can engage with you guys, in the chat and whatever. So let's get into it. Okay, what's these stories about this Sheikh Jassim, is it? The guy from Qatar worth $1.9 billion, wanted to buy Man United. And now what we understand at the moment, but these stories always change, is that David Gold's daughter, as I thought would be the case, there was a bit of a legal delay in the handover and processing of the shares David Gold left behind, because as you know, he passed away, his daughter passed away as well, so really complicated for the family. Then one daughter survives, I think her and her husband are on the board, but now I think what the general things we're hearing is that she wants to sell all of her shares, it's around 25%, and then David Sullivan wants to use that allocation, if possible, towards enticing a new investor into the club. They kind of want to follow the Man United Glazer model, where the owners, the main owners, the main shareholders, don't really want to sell the club. Even though if Sullivan sold it tomorrow, he'll make 500-600% profit, right? But they still don't want to let go. They don't want to let go. And they don't want to put any money in either of any substance. So largely the money you'll see clubs like West Ham use is through player sales and through Sky money. Not really a lot of money from their own wealth. If it is, it's through loans, as you know, controversial loans we used to get and interest rates charged. Ashley at Newcastle, people used to have a go at him, but he kept the club relatively financial healthy, debt-free, injected loans, interest-free, left them in a really good state. And more importantly for me, he realised it wasn't working out with the fans. He couldn't take it to the next level. He didn't want to do it. But he sold it to the Saudi Arabian group, who really can, at a really good price. I think it was only 290 million, I think. I could be wrong. Whereas Sullivan wants around 700 million for our club. So that's what Sullivan wants to do, is that he wants even more profit out of it. He doesn't want to let go, doesn't want to put any money of substance in, but wants to entice someone in who perhaps in the end could have as much control as David Gold did, which is just equal or just below Sullivan level, I believe. Kotensky, I think he's just in it to, long as he gets his money back and a bit more, he's fine with it. I don't think he's in a position to fully focus as much as David Gold did, or what they want from a new investor. So those are the kind of stories coming out of it. Then there's some stories out there about the ground again. We've been through this a couple of months ago. I think there's going to be elections from the London mayor next year, I believe. And hopefully there's a change. And if the new person comes in, whoever they are, I think they're going to be sensible in terms of they would want to get rid of this London Stadium debt that's occurring, year on year. It's unsustainable. We're in a position now where we can see around the ground that there needs to be a lot of upkeep work, a lot of improvement needed. I don't think the stadium was built to last as long as the lease is, or how long we've been in it now. You can tell already with Everton's development, Tottenham, what Man United are going to do, what Liverpool have done. It's already lagging behind already. When we first got it, perhaps we were only the third club that had a kind of a 60k stadium. There wasn't that many. We were ahead of Liverpool and even Spurs at that time. But in time, even Crystal Palace have got plans now. So in time, we will end up with something not special. Well, not special. I mean, it won't be that great anymore, because I don't even think the revenue's that much. When you work out what revenue we got Upton Park compared to now, I don't think it's that much big difference, to be honest. We don't really attract any corporate sponsorship, corporate revenue income. And being honest, We don't have the fan base that spend a lot of money in terms of corporate boxes and in the club shop compared to Tottenham, Liverpool, those guys. They got a huge income streams, right? We don't. Obviously, match day, whether it's food or whatever, we don't. It's not all of our. We don't even run those stalls. They run externally. We have a share of the profits, not all of it. So nothing's in our control. It's the joke. Yeah, we are kind of tenants, but we are being a bit stubborn in terms of we're not paying much rent, which is fine. But at the moment, we're not going to put any money in to improve this. They're not going to put any money in to improve this because they're skint, and something's got to change. And if it comes to sort of speaking to us, depending on if this new investor comes in, I think what will make most sense and the cheapest sense will be that you buy the land, the ground, you knock it down and rebuild it. That's the only. I don't think you can improve it the way it is now. I think it's got limited shelf space. There's too many things wrong with it. I've done the ground tour. It's a load of shit. That's the only thing I can think of. The hardest thing, obviously, you might not know this. So imagine you got a house worth $500,000. When you insure that house for buildings, you only insure it for about 200 grand. So largely the cost of any house is the land that costs the most money. If you've got land, you can build a 5-bedroom house for about 350k, or in and around London. You can do it easily with a garage. The rebuild value of the house or the stadium, it's not that much compared to the land sometimes. So I think the harder option will be to go around Essex looking for land feasible, get the permissions. Is it green? Is it green? Is it green land or not? Is it protected or not? Is it listed or not? Where's the nearest station? How people going? I think that's going to be very, very difficult to get 50,000-60,000 stadium built from scratch in and around London. I can't see it. Easier is going to be to buy the stadium and knock it down. And then, because you got enough space around there. I don't like it, but there's a lot of space. One thing you can't knock about Stratford, it's a huge area, right? It's got the station, but we really need to improve a couple of things around it, really. So it's too many ifs and buts for me, but I'm giving you a rough idea of where we're heading towards, right? Without really saying that investor's going to come in, he's going to do this, that's a load of bullshit, right? That's a load of bullshit. But what isn't bullshit is I believe that David Gold's daughter does want to sell all of her allocation. She's busy with the other business, not really interested in football, and then entice a new investor in. And it does make sense that Sullivan has normally always doesn't want to put too much money in that he can't afford. He's got money tied up in real estate, but his wealth is nowhere near any of the other people that we're up against, really, whether that's Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, etc. And that's the kind of thing. Training ground improvement, I don't think that's going to happen under the current ownership. Again, a new investor has to come in and look at that. So I think we're quite a bit down the line from even designing anything like that. So again, I don't fall for bullshit stories like at the moment. Paqueta, again, bullshit stories out there. Paqueta's had a press conference. Who do you like? Do you like Bowen? Yeah, I love playing with Bowen, good player. Do you like Bowen? Do you like Rice? Yeah, great player. I love playing. That's the end of it. What is the point any fucking doing any shows on this shit? I don't understand this. It's just a press conference where he's mentioned his colleague being a good player. He's mentioned ex-colleague as being even a better player. That's it. End of, mate. But I thought I'd mention it out there. Videos of England training ground, training groups, and what a great bunch of lads. You can see the quality we've got, but again, I've got the David Moyes Southgate issue where I just wish we had a better manager for England and we'll be winning trophies left, right, and centre. We're up there with the squad. I mean, look at the players we've got. Absolutely amazing. I think Frank Lampard was there watching training. Bowen was there. Good to see him there, really. More stories now. Again, we've got the second oldest team in the league, and we're about to offer contracts to Fabianski and Oggy. For me, it's not the right way to look at it. It's a lazy decision. And that even goes back to, I think Moyes is going to get a new contract now at the moment. I know he keeps changing week to week, game to game. But at the moment, now it looks like he's going to get the contract. His son's on board. And if we're thinking about like people like Johnson, who's going to move, and Mobama probably, and Cornet's in the news at the moment. He's very, very upset with David Moyes, the way he's used him. 17.5 million signing, hardly been given a chance. I don't think it's the right way to do things. And then we've been linked with Maguire. All the things that are completely going in the wrong direction when you look at clubs like Tottenham, Arsenal, young team, pacey team, dynamic team. That's what you should be doing, not signing Maguire and things like that. It's just too old. He will not figure in any modern. You want the centre backs who are good on the floor, that kind of thing, right? It's just not working for me, really. I think those are the main bits of news. I don't want to drag on for too long, but for me, I think it's basically no news. All these things I've read and barked on about 10 minutes, which kind of other people are talking about, it's a fucking load of tosh. If you haven't got nothing to talk about, then don't fucking talk about it. Just banging on fucking show after show, talking about fucking. I could talk about the size of the daffodils if I wanted to. Oh, that was a 1 inch last week. It's grown that much. So again, just being honest out there. There's no news. I mean, Johnson's not really any news or new news. I mean, he's going to go, right? And I can only see what I see on the pitch, where there hasn't been enough from him. If he wants to join Palace on a free, get a bit of a signing on fee, fuck it, it's done. Mubama, he's gone. What can I do about it? New owners, we don't know who the new owners are going to be. This has been spoken about 15, 20 years. They come in. Training ground, nothing too quick. It takes time to bring people in. As it currently stands, I don't think that's going to happen. London Stadium next year, wait for the new mayor to come in, and then we'll see what happens again. That's a good while away. Paqueta, if he goes City in the summer, he goes City. We get 85 million, we'll replace him. One of the stories linking him to Grealish. I don't think Grealish is going to leave City in a hurry, but we get 85 million in, and we'll see what happens. If David Moyes signs a new contract, he signs a new contract. But we can't guess and keep changing week to week. I mean, it's just silly, isn't it? 1 minute he's staying, 1 minute isn't, 1 minute staying, 1 minute isn't. Fucking, I'll just give up with the whole fucking thing, mate. And that's it from me. Again, yeah, anything interesting with a capital I, anything worth talking about with a capital W, I will do a show on it. Won't do a show just for the fucking sake of it every single day, talking bullshit over bullshit. Anyway, that's my moan out the way. You guys have a lovely Friday. That's it. We'll catch up soon anyway. You guys take care.